Hey guys, today is just a simple laid back video. Today I'm going to start a fire with my flint and steel, and then I'm going to show you how to sharpen an axe. Let's get to it. To get this fire started today, I'm just going to use a little bit of dry lint just to make it easier. If I wanted to, you could actually use the grass, but I just wanted to get this done a little bit quicker. I personally think that flint and steel is the best way to start a fire because it has so many different ways you can use it. I mean, look at that, just 2 strikes and we're already on our way. And just let me get this started. Let's get some sticks and break them up. Here we go. Get that fire started. The sparks that this thing throws are so hot. It is unnecessary for magnesium as some other strikers. And it's just the best way to go. You can hold so many more fires in such a small package compared to waterproof matches, which aren't all that waterproof. The kind of fire I'm using today is just your basic teepee fire. It probably lights up the quickest, and for me, gets the hottest. There's so many different kinds of fires you can do, but for me today, I'm just going to be sitting around, chilling, and sharpening the axe, so this will be perfect. Couple more sticks, and I think we're about ready. This is taking off pretty well. The grass is super dry. And just get a little bit more. It should be good. Looks like we're doing pretty well. This is probably by far my favorite tool, my Leatherman Surge. This is the 2nd generation. It is so functional. For example, I have 3 blades in total that are exchangeable. Right now I'm going to use my file so I can get to axe sharpening. And it's great because it actually changes out as much as I want. I just flip this over, it's kind of hard, pull it out, and put whichever one I want in. Inside I have that one that came with it, and I have a longer jigsaw file that's sharper and can get through wood a little bit faster. And I'm just going to stick this back in there so I don't lose it. Good habit to get in, and it just slips in right behind the Leatherman itself, and it has little side pockets that I put my flint and steel in, even though the striker is not that great. So basically what you're going to want to try to do is just go with the grain of the blade. So you're going to go just straight, and what you're basically doing is pushing the metal over to the other side, and this will create a burr. So after that forms, we'll flip the axe over and do it on the other side, and that's how you get it really, really sharp. I think we're nearly there. Yep. Let's take a look. Let's get rid of that little rust that's coming off the blade. We're seeing some more raw metal, so let's give it a flip over. Let's look. Yeah, we got a little bit of a burr. Not quite where I want it to be, so yeah, that could be a little bit smoother. Alright, let's go back to it. Alright, I'm gonna switch over to the finer side right now just to do some of the heavy scraping and get off this rust so it looks a little bit nicer. And I think we should, let's take a look. You can see you can actually kind of see the burr forming, being pushed over to the other side if I can focus on that, and this is definitely smoother, so I think it's time to switch over to the other side. Right now what I'm essentially trying to do is push the burr back over, because it's that back and forth motion, just like you're trying to break wire, that actually once that burr finally snaps off, you're left with a really sharp axe, and it's basically a knife with a lot more force behind it. If I stop and take a moment and just feel, yeah, I can definitely feel there's a barb here. If I was to push any harder, I'd probably end up cutting myself. So just down here, I just think I can get a little bit sharper. I basically want the entire edge to be uniform. That way I'm cutting evenly. When I'm carving, it doesn't do anything that I don't want it to. So just so I have more control. Just go back and forth along here. Right there, it looks like you could use a little bit more. Let's feel. Yeah, that's definitely sharper. It's pushed back over to the other side. So just back and forth motion and keep it going until it comes off. I think I'm about where I want to be. I'm just going to do some cutting tests with some of the stuff that I would normally carve. Right here I got a stick, and I'm not too worried about bark, but it's a good demo of how sharp the knife is. See, it's not quite sharp because, again, you want it to be a wedge. You can actually chop when you're not carving, because I'm not going to be carving all the time with this axe. So I kind of wanted a multi-functional blade. I mean, it'll still do some of the scraping off that if I do nice and carefully, and it'll work for most carving stuff. And it does cut through the grain, as you can see, as I cut my table. You know, it'll work. And let's just, for comparison, I just go back and forth like it's a little saw, and it's pretty fine. It'll do plenty good carving. Let's get my knife, actually, out of my Leatherman and see what that does. Get that open. Alright, here's the saw blade. Go like that. I mean, they're pretty similar. I mean, for an axe to leave the same kind of scar as a knife, I'm happy with that. One of the reasons I love this Leatherman so much is all the tools on here lock. Even the outside tools, the inside's tool lock. That's just good for preventing injury when you're crafting, so you don't end up snapping the blade shut on your fingers, which I've done with some cheaper ones. Quick little chop test. Oh yeah, that's good. Alright guys, that's it. I hope you guys had a good day. Please join me next time.